The bird jerks upright, fixing one red eye on movement hidden beyond the thorn scrub. One harsh alarm cuts through the wind, and the enormous black rhino stops feeding. Before this encounter ends, 3 mysteries will surface: warning, direction, and a partnership with hidden costs. Can a bird that cannot name the danger still give a rhino enough time to escape? Earlier that morning, one south-central black rhino emerges from acacia shade into the dry South African savanna. Its pointed upper lip curls around a thorny twig, grasping vegetation almost like a careful finger. The branch bends, leaves tear free, and the browser continues feeding without lowering its guard completely. 3-toed feet press deep into dust, revealing the weight carried by this remarkably quiet giant. Its rotating ears and powerful nose collect information, but broken cover can still conceal an approach. Then a red-billed oxpecker arrives, landing where folded hide becomes a moving platform. Curved claws tighten as the rhino steps, preventing the small passenger from sliding across its shoulder. While the host pushes through thorns for food, the bird solves a different daily problem. It sidesteps across the moving hide, searching folds that the rhino cannot inspect for itself. A precise bill probes beneath the skin ridge, where tiny parasites can remain protected. The oxpecker extracts one small tick, earning food without any need for deliberate cooperation. The rhino flicks an ear, yet keeps browsing as its passenger adjusts to every movement. Together they quietly follow the browse line, each animal pursuing its own immediate needs. Close inspection reveals how strongly the bird's curved feet grip the rhino's thick, folded hide. Its bill parts a crease and searches methodically, guided by food rather than kindness. Another tick disappears, but this familiar cleaning image tells only part of the relationship. Oxpeckers may also take blood or other fluids, and they sometimes visit open wounds. That means the balance can change with parasite numbers, injuries, and available feeding opportunities. The bird is neither a perfect doctor nor a villain. It is an animal feeding. After the rhino shakes away dust, the oxpecker climbs toward the highest point on its back. From this elevated perch, the bird can see above grass that blocks the rhino's lower view. The rhino must lower its face to browse, while its passenger can continue scanning. Their different bodies divide the landscape. One samples nearby scent, while the other watches farther ahead. Researchers asked whether that extra viewpoint changed how quickly black rhinos detected approaching people. Over 27 months, they made 86 unconcealed approaches to 11 rhinos in Hluhluwe Imfolozi Park. Without oxpeckers, the rhinos detected the approaching person in only 23% of trials. With oxpeckers present, detection rose to 100% within this remarkable field experiment. Warning distance also changed, increasing on average from roughly 27 meters to about 61 meters. Each additional bird was associated with approximately 9 extra meters between detection and the approaching human. Those numbers belong to one location and study, so they are evidence, not a universal guarantee. Now the oxpecker leaves for a nearby branch, briefly removing the rhino's elevated lookout. The great browser enters thicker cover alone, still following leaves hidden among the thorns. Far downwind, an unarmed researcher begins the same careful approach used in the experiment. Grass bends from left to right, showing why the person's scent travels away from the rhino. The rhino briefly raises its head, finds no decisive signal, and calmly returns to feeding. From the branch, the oxpecker detects movement and launches back toward its massive host. Its feet reconnect with the familiar hide, restoring the elevated viewpoint at a critical moment. The bird fixes its gaze on the distant figure moving through broken screenwrite cover. Its posture stiffens above the rhino, bill opening as vigilance changes into an immediate warning response. A short, harsh alarm breaks the quiet, carrying urgency without identifying the danger's direction. The rhino freezes at once, raising its ears while the bird remains rigid above it. A second call confirms proximity, but it still provides no map of the approaching threat. The rhino lifts its head completely, switching from feeding to investigation in a single moment. Then it begins a deliberate turn toward screen right, placing its nostrils directly downwind. This direction matters because alerted rhinos did not turn toward either the person or calling bird. Instead, they faced downwind, where scent could answer the question that sound could not. The distant researcher pauses behind brush as the rhino samples air now flowing toward its nose. The oxpecker lowers its body and braces, sensing the enormous platform preparing to move. The rhino commits, taking its first quick step screen left and upwind toward dense cover. Dust rises beneath three-toed feet while curved claws keep the passenger attached through acceleration. Together they push into the thicket, trading exposed ground for tangled branches and concealment. Vegetation springs back behind the rhino, rapidly closing the visual corridor used by the researcher. The person stops after losing sight, exactly the kind of early evasion the experiment measured. Oxpeckers helped an estimated 40 to 50% of rhinos evade the approaching person undetected. That result does not prove these birds stop poachers, repel predators, or prevent extinction.
Chirp.
The experiment tested human approaches and measured detection, warning distance, and escape rather than survival itself. Inside the thicket, the rhino slows, listens, and finally curls its lip around another branch. The oxpecker stops calling, then resumes searching the hide for food on its own terms. It gave no directions and created no new scents. It supplied earlier warning and precious time. One sharp call does not reveal where danger waits. It gives the rhino time to find out,